Here we are in the ponds area. Lots of birds that call this area home. Many of them ibis that used to be in the wild, but they live around the city like Egyptian birds. So they're quite stunning, but they're everywhere. It's quite nice these days. I don't know what the sun's doing to the lens here, but as you see, they're cleaning out the vegetation here. They have to do that because it gets really unwieldy around here and it stinks. So they do have to keep the area clean. Have a look at this tree here. This is an very old Moreton Bay fig tree. One development that's happening around Sydney is they're chopping down a lot of the very old and huge Moreton Bay fig trees, which is really a crying shame. They are just so beautiful and old, and it's just really sad that they pose a danger to people because they're so big that the branches are heavy and weak and they can fall on people. They have to chop them down for safety reasons. In the last year they've chopped down dozens and dozens of them, and they're replanting, or trying to replant them. We won't see them to this sort of glory probably for another 100 years, but I guess that's life. And this is an example that accidents do happen in Botanic Gardens. Trees tend to fall over, and they're only just starting to see that they can be trees can be unsafe to people, and people can be unsafe to trees, and they have to put barriers around them to keep the trees safe and the people. This one, so many people around here that the ground is probably moving as well. Keep walking at Bennelong Point. As you know, the Opera House is at the end of Bennelong Point. There's a story of Bennelong, who was one of the first Aboriginal people who could speak English. They were so fascinated by him that they sent him to England to meet the George III. Might have been just after. It's a very sad story. He ended up killing us, part of the history, Bennelong Point. Wow, look at this, and really are a very cranked up city. There's greenery, there's no one here, it's just wonderful. And since there's nobody around, I can talk to you with all the secrets. You've probably noticed that I'm just somehow slipped into the partnership program, which is quite a surprise, a very pleasant one on the first anniversary of this channel. There's certainly not going to be any differences from this channel, except it's going to look a lot better. The background I'll design myself. I'm just looking forward to being a part of YouTube and keeping it real, a very flaccid kind of rhetoric, but in this case, in this part of history, I think it is important to keep it real for our freedom of expression. Anyway, blah blah blah, look at all these trees. I love trees. I'm a bit of a greenie, but take them for granted. Being in a concrete city, cramped up like Sydney, you just don't take nature for granted. I gotta keep walking, I gotta get fit. Something strange is just about to happen. I can hear it, and it's part of National Youth Week. I think you can hear it. I've never heard this before. How fascinating. Let's have a look.
Your hands to him, lift up your hands to him, give blessing to the Lord. You stay in the house of the Lord throughout the night. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I'm not sure what church they're from. I think they're Russian Orthodox. I'm not sure. There's a few Russian flags there. How fascinating. Wow. Well, after all that fascinating Christian celebration, I need to sit down in the more pagan side of the Botanic Gardens. I shouldn't be sitting down, but that just hit me for a 6. Now look at this angel here, this little angel. He's looking up, and what is he looking up at? Well, there's plenty, isn't there? Look at all of that high-rise to look up to. Probably wondering, why are those buildings so tall? Fascinating. These 2 ducks here. I better move on. I'm supposed to be. This is one of my favourite areas of the Botanic Gardens, and that's in the cactus garden. And you can see some really beautiful cactuses, cacti, and succulents around here. I often just come here and sit. It's a very peaceful, restful part of the Botanic Gardens. It's like being in the desert, although it's not. Anyway, I think of, when I don't want to think of haters, places like this are a good place to sit and contemplate. I have to end this, not because it's the end of my tour or my exercise, but because I've run out of space on the camera. So as much as I've got left to... Oh look, there's a vapor trail. Have a look at some of these cactuses, they're just amazing. God bless you all on this papal tour week of World Youth Week in the holy city of Sydney.